Welcome to SveNFL.
What's up, y'all?
It's Jonathan Rollins.
Skip Misara.
And we are two Americans living in Sweden, talking about football. Yeah. One day? No, there was college football last night. Yeah, there was a game last night. You know how I know? Because I set my recorder to record my favorite tennis player, Coco Gauff. I had a match last night. And I set it to record because ESPN has been covering the U.S. Open. Wake up this morning, ESPN did not show that. ESPN showed a college football game. So I go in to grab my recording. It's not Coco Gauff.
Well, your favorite tennis player, no disrespect to, is that a man or a woman?
It's a woman.
Okay, never heard of her.
She's great, man. She beat the number one not too long ago.
I don't follow tennis.
Oh, I love tennis. I don't know if you know that. It's one of my favorite sports. I love watching women's tennis. I love women's tennis more than men's tennis because ain't nobody got time for 5 hours.
Right.
Men's tennis can go long, and they have an extra set. It's so weird. They should have the same rules, but you have to win 3 game sets instead of 2 in women. So women's goes faster. Good. She won though. She won. I wanted to watch it, but I'll probably watch a rerun or something. Anyway, that's how I was like, I went to go watch it, and then I pulled up the recording, and it was football. I was like, it still felt good that football was happening. I
am so excited. We're one day away from the first Saturday of college football. I'm really excited to see Miami.
I'm scared of that. Notre Dame.
Versus Notre Dame.
I saw a commercial for that. I was like, I'm like a pit in my stomach, man.
The Georgia game is a joke. We're playing Marshall. We're favored by like 38.5 points.
Let's bet it.
One of the questions I had for college football, there's so many situations where nothing makes sense in college football. Texas is ranked number 1 in the nation, and yet they're underdogs in their first game of the season.
How's that? That's so stupid.
I'm like, if you're the best team in the country, why are you
the underdog? Yeah, because they're like, that shows how stupid the ranking people are.
I mean, they are playing Ohio State.
So why not the champion Ohio State? So they should be number 1.
But if you're ranked number 1, like
you should be favorite. Maybe talk to the Vegas people when you make your rankings.
It's very strange.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if we're gonna get started with the news, I think you're gonna have to hit the horn.
Oh yeah. I was so shocked.
So I'm sitting on my sofa last night. I stayed up kind of late because my son was coming back from a camping trip, and then all of a sudden my phone just went boom. Yeah. Cowboys trade Micah Parsons to the Packers for 2 first-round picks. Defensive lineman Kenny Clark. And then the Packers obviously signed Micah to a record-setting $188 million deal, $47 million per year, makes him the highest-paid non-quarterback in the league. And if all of that isn't crazy enough for you, on September 28th, the Packers play the Cowboys in Dallas.
Oh! Yo, Dak's taking a day off. He's calling in sick.
Yeah.
Oh my God! The crazy thing this morning when I saw that news, I told Sandra, even though I knew she has Sandra does. She's like less interested than your wife, Joanna, who and we just talked last episode about how Joanna's kind of like, Sandra's even like, I don't know. She'll sit there and hold her phone with a jersey on. That's her support. She's like, well, I'm willing to stare at my phone for a little bit.
She's checking the box score, obviously.
Yeah. She's setting her lineup in fantasy.
I mean, there's a lot of ways you can talk about this. Obviously, everyone's falling all over themselves to figure out who wins the trade. the right answer is we don't know until we know.
Yeah.
Jerry wants you to believe that this is just like the Herschel Walker trade. Because those 2 first-round picks, we don't know what those are going to be.
Get the fuck out of here. You know what he is. You know what Micah Parsons is, a generational fucking player.
Agreed.
You fucked up, Jerry. You fucked up.
Yeah, and I think for me, the one thing I keep coming back to is that he knew he was doing the wrong thing the whole time because he was essentially trying to go around. Yep. He keeps going, well, this isn't my fault. I offered him a deal. It's like, you didn't follow the protocol.
It works. Yeah. Even Sandra, as ignorant as she is about the whole thing, understood that part.
Right.
Of the owner talking directly to the guy instead of his agent. She was like, oh, well, and she knew Jerry Jones. That's what was funny too. I was like, Jerry Jones? She was like, yep. I was like, that's how, and that's probably how he would like it, that he's a household name like that. But it bit him in the butt this time. Right.
And also, the whole comparison to the Herschel Walker trade is for context, for Parsons, the Cowboys got 2 first-round picks, a defensive lineman. For Herschel Walker, the Cowboys got 3 first-round picks, 3 second-round picks, a third-round pick, and a 6th-round pick, which basically set them up to win 3 Super Bowls in 4 years. So this is not that.
It's nowhere near that.
These draft picks that they're going to get from the Packers are going to be late first-round draft picks too, because I assume this makes the Packers,
Super Bowl contenders.
Yeah, for sure.
Like they already had a great defense working with what they had. And now they have a top 3 pass rusher in the league, if not the best. Just player. And he's I'm a little like, Packers gonna win that division. This is how I immediately felt.
One of the things that does make a little bit of sense to me is that it is hard. Roster construction is very difficult when you have a top-heavy salary situation where you have 3 players who are getting paid top market deals. That being said, if you ask me, I think the big mistake was actually paying Dak Prescott. Like, if you had to choose between those 3 guys, between Dak, CD, and Parsons, Dak's the one I'm not paying.
They also paid Zeke Elliott a bunch before that.
Yeah.
So you're making dumbass decisions year after year.
Yeah. And they also,
I wouldn't say Dak is a dumb decision. I think he's a top 10 quarterback, but and it's like with the market, you kind of have to do that stuff. But Zeke Elliott, that was wild.
Gun to your head, you can't sign all 3. You can only sign 2.
Of what 3? You talking about
Dak,
Zeke?
No, I'm just talking about the 3 in Dak, CD, and Parsons.
Oh, CD. Oh, okay. Then you sign Parsons first, and then Dak. And then CeeDee Lamb. That's the order I would go.
To me, I think Dak is the most replaceable one of the 3.
Okay.
But I can see your point with CeeDee Lamb too. You can. I think
he's the replacement. Yeah, there's receivers, especially now with the rules of offense and all of that. I think CeeDee's the most replaceable.
You might be right.
You might be right as well.
We'll never know. Probably. That's how this works.
That's how it works. I said something, and now it's said.
Yeah. This, it's all very interesting from the Cowboys' perspective. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah. That's kind of it for news, huh?
Well, there's a couple of quickies. We got some news on Chiefs wide receiver Rashee Rice. Initially they had said they were going to delay his, the investigation into
his sentencing.
How many games he was going to be suspended. Well, apparently they came to some sort of a deal and announced the other day that he'll be suspended for the first 6 games of the season. So, and for those of you who don't, this is because Rice thought it was a great idea for him and his buddies to race Lamborghinis down US Highway 75, smack dab in the middle of downtown Dallas, weaving in and out of traffic at speeds of excess of 120 miles an hour.
Jeez.
This apparently was a compromise between the league and the union because the league wanted to hit him with 10 games.
God damn. Somebody died, right?
No, nobody died.
Okay.
So for the first 6 games, that leaves the Chiefs with the wide receiver room of Xavier Worthy, Hollywood Brown, and Juju Smith-Schuster. Maybe they add a piece to figure out how to get through the first 6 weeks. But if there's any team that I think could figure out a way to sort of do without him, it would be the Chiefs for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. And then right in time for the playoff run, he's back.
Also, the Chiefs, I mean, they're such a great coaching staff and such a smart organization. I could see the Chiefs just picking up some scraps from dudes who got cut and being like, "Oh, snap, somebody threw this away."
Yeah. Or we'll do a 2 tight end thing until he's back.
Yeah.
And bust people up with that and then put our original plan in place when he's back.
They'll do something. They'll make the Jets look stupid and pick up Malachi Corley and he'll catch the game-winning touchdown in the Super Bowl.
Yep. To take out the Bills in the playoff in the championship game. Yeah,
exactly. So we'll see. I mean, that's something to remember if you're drafting in fantasy this weekend. Do you want Rashee Rice, even though he's not going to play for 6 games? Another thing to think about: you got Chargers running back Najee Harris is back at practice ahead of a quote possible Week 1 return. Najee had a firecracker accident of some kind. We don't really know a lot about it, but I don't know. We'll see. A few other.
How do you have that not attached to a holiday? If you're gonna have a firework incident, have it on the 4th of July.
Well, I think it was.
It was from that. Okay.
Yeah, this has been going on for a while. I think it did.
I didn't know
come from that.
Okay.
A few other interesting pickups. You had some guys who got cut who wound up on new teams. 49ers picked up Marquez Valdez-Scantling.
Oh, great. Did they take Nathaniel Hackett as well?
This one's funny to me. Patriots picked up Tommy DeVito.
Oh. That's weird.
I mean, the funniest thing would be Tommy DeVito actually beats the Giants. That would be hilarious.
We don't play them. They won't play them. Oh yeah, we do. We played the NFC East this season.
That would be so funny.
I think. At least I know we played the Commanders. Maybe it's just our extra game.
Who else we got? The Ravens picked up Tyler Huntley. The Vikings are bringing back legendary.
He's turning into a new journeyman.
Oh, Snoop. Oh yeah, Snoop Huntley. The Vikings are bringing back Adam Thielen.
Okay.
Ravens extended Kyle Hamilton, making him NFL's highest paid safety.
Yo, hold on. Patriots play the Giants. Oh, I thought it was Christmas Day. My bad. The you know how they write the dates on December 2nd. Okay, so that's when we'll see if Tommy DeVito. They should put him in for one play, man.
They should
put him in for one play and have him hand off the ball because hand off the ball. Oh, he takes the knee after the victory, like when they won. Like the game is over, and then
bring him
in for the victory formation to take a knee.
That would be hilarious.
That's some Rex Ryan shit. He'll do some shit. Remember, he would take a player from your team and have them as team captain.
That's funny.
He did that with the Jets. He had Jason Taylor come out as a team captain on the game against the Dolphins. Jason Taylor, who had almost his whole career as a Dolphin, had the end of his career, goes to the Jets. You're team captain today. Well, that's funny. Petty.
Let's see. The last thing I wanted to bring up, and this is kind of interesting because this story might have legs. We'll see. Very interesting investigative report into the death of Jim Irsay.
It wasn't suicide?
No, but apparently the Colts hid the fact that Jim Irsay had, Jim Irsay is notorious recovering drug addict. Yeah. Apparently they hid multiple relapses before his death. They also uncovered the fact that he was being treated by this notable addiction therapist. It says this addiction therapist supplied shortly before his death, supplied him with opioids, including more than 200 pills in the days before 2023. He was also treating him with
so he's probably addicted.
He was also treating him with ketamine in the final months of his life. So it kind of starts to sound a little like a Michael Jackson situation.
Yep, I was just gonna say Michael Jackson. Damn, it's these rich people, man. You're not invincible.
And the guy,
these doctors, like you have an oath.
And the guy who was treating him at the end of his life, obviously he's a doctor. He was there when Irsay died. He winds up being the guy to sign Jim Irsay's death certificate.
Oh shit, that's
which he wrote. The cause of death is cardiac arrest.
Oh man! Speaking of arrest, you're going to jail, bro.
Cardiac arrest caused by acute pneumonia.
Damn, and he's flirting with the pneumonia. Hey, you're cute ammonia.
No autopsy or toxicology report was done.
Wow, he covered all his bases.
So, I don't know what to make of this for now.
Not good.
It was kind of the lead story in the NFL until about 12 o'clock last night when the Micah Parsons trade dropped.
I know that doctor was like, whew, I'm so glad. He called in Jerry, come on, Jerry. Make the trade, man. I ain't trying to go to jail. Remember that time I gave you them opioids? Come on, Jerry. Remember that time you had that girl over, you needed some emergency Viagra?
Free pills for life.
Remember when I did that paternity test for you?
Exactly. Oh shit, that would be hilarious.
Remember when I did I forged the paternity result for you? Come on, Jerry.
That would be an amazing twist. If he happened to be the same doctor.
Jerry would be like, man, I don't want this documentary to come out.
That would be amazing.
Damn.
Oh god.
That's wild.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it. All right.
It.
Well, let's take a quick break, get a little barbecue in our system, and come back and finish off with the AFC South coaching breakdown, which will lead us into our next episode. We'll talk about that too. Whoa, what a break. What a break. And I know y'all enjoyed that break. Just remember that break was brought to you by Brisket and Friends. Best barbecue in Sweden. Brisket and Friends. So good, make your mama slap your grandma. That's how good that is. Brisket and Friends. Don't forget, if you go by to ask for the SveNFL table breaker, they won't know what you're talking about, but it'll be delicious. And that's all that really matters in the end. Brisket and Friends. Check them out. All right. I need to actually reach out to them and talk to them about, we need to go there and get some food, man. It's barbecue time. But,
bro, I watched a mouth-watering barbecue video on YouTube the other day. Apparently it's right in my old neighborhood too. Okay. In a suburb of Atlanta, this little barbecue place got named the third best barbecue restaurant in America.
Damn.
I was like, holy shit.
Damn.
I gotta hit that.
Sounds good. All right. Well, the AFC South, we're gonna go through all of their coaching staffs.
Save the best division for last, baby. Let's go.
Best division for last. Let's go. AFC South, best division in the NFL. If you believe that, then I have one question for y'all. Anybody out there that thinks this is the best division in the NFL, I want to ask.
You smoke crack, don't you?
Shout out to Morgan Freeman. That's when he looked the youngest of all his movies. Okay. We're going to do the AFC South, and that begins with the Houston Texans, the one team that is promising out of that division, I think. But I don't know, people might have other opinions about other teams, but we'll start off with DeMeco Ryans, one of the rising stars of in coaching in the NFL. Last season, they won the AFC South with a whopping 10-7 record. just taking the league by storm. I would say that it was they underperformed their expectations league-wide. People had really big expectations for them, but it was sophomore slump hit our boy C.J. Stroud. But Ryans is 40 years old. He's born in 84. He became head coach in 23, and last season was his second season, so this will be his third year as head coach. His record is 20-14-0, 59%, 58.8. He led they went to playoffs in both of his seasons, and he's got 2 playoff wins already. More than the Dolphins in the past, 20-something years. Just throwing that out there. His coaching lineage rooted in the 49ers defensive system. He was defensive coordinator from 2021 to 2022 under Kyle Shanahan, who happens to be the best coaching mind in all time. He coached inside linebackers for the Niners from 18 to 20, and he was quality control there. So he just came up as under the 49ers. As a player, he played for the Texans. I don't know if you knew that he played for Texans back in the day.
Yeah.
And he was Rookie of the Year, 2006. So he was accomplished. Offensive coordinator, as you can see on the screen, those of you that are watching the video, Nick Caley, offensive coordinator. Defensive coordinator, Matt Burke, another Dolphins cast-off. They're everywhere, bro. As I go through all of these coordinators, a lot of people have had some time on the Dolphins. It feels like when the coaches revolve so much on a team, then you get to meet a lot of these coordinators. But Nick Caley, he's 42. And he was this is his first year as offensive coordinator because they fired the shit out of their offensive coordinator after a slump year with C.J. Stroud. Last year, he was offensive pass game coordinator and tight ends coach for, guess who? Sean McVay at the Rams. He was on staff. They were 19th in the NFL points per game, averaging 21.9 points. And he coached for the Patriots, tight ends coach. He's quality control for the Patriots as well. And he spent time pass game coordinator for the Jags in 23. And they ranked 13th in points when he was there. And McVay and Belichick are people that he credits with his his tree, the trees that he would say he comes from. His philosophy, West Coast offense. So we'll get to see C.J. Stroud in the West Coast offense that they brought over. This is like Patriot style where they're expecting. Strong running game, effective use of personnel groupings, well-rounded playbook, keep defenses off balance is what it's supposed to be there. So we'll see, man. Haven't seen it on paper yet. He hasn't been coordinator, first-time coordinator. This is something to keep an eye on, man, for people trying to make their division bet. If you want to, this might be the division where you have a surprise winner.
I'm worried about their offense.
Yeah, I'm worried about
that. If I'm being honest, I think their defense will probably be as good, if not close to it, as they were last year. But, the wide receiver room, you've got Nico Collins, obviously, but, they got a rookie, and then they got Christian Kirk.
Yeah.
Because they lost Tank Dell to a knee injury last year. And then as far as the running back room, you got Nick Chubb coming off of a knee injury as the lead guy because
it's his second year of that injury, though, so.
True, and nobody will be happier to see Nick Chubb returns to glory than I will. But even I feel a bit skeptical that Nick Chubb should be your starting number one running back at this point in his career.
I feel like people trust that Ryans can coach, but you still need the players to coach.
Yeah.
You spoke about their defense being good. I agree with you on that. The defensive coordinator, Matt Burke, used to be the Dolphins defensive coordinator. Dolphins defensive coordinator that famously had his play calling duties removed by Brian Flores, and the defense turned around. And now he's in Houston, and DeMeco Ryans calls the plays. So maybe Matt Burke is not. Maybe he could put a scheme together and a plan. Maybe that's his forte, but. Maybe in the moment, play calling is not his thing, and DeMeco Ryans picked up on that. I don't know. But Matt Burke is 49 years old. This is his third season as defensive coordinator for the Texans. They had a very good defense last year. I think they're going to have a top 3 defense in the league this year. Don't be surprised. They have maybe the best secondary in the NFL. But he joined the team in 23. Their defense ranked 14th in points allowed per game. His coaching background, he was, as I said, defense coordinator for the Dolphins, 17-18. He's had roles with the Titans, Lions, Bengals, Eagles, and Cardinals. But DeMeco Ryans calls the plays. It's still considered one of the best defenses in the league. They they don't run specifically 3-4 or 4-3, but Burke runs, you guessed it, multiple.
Whoa.
Yeah, they're considered the weakness, if you could pick one of their defense, would be interior defensive line. But they still were 11th in run defense in 2024, so better than average. So we'll see what happens there. Offensively, we got Nick Caley. He's supposed to be retooling the offense. Oh, no, I did the offense already. I'm sorry. I wrote it twice. My bad. Yeah, let's move on. I think we're good. I said the multiple. They take the fight to them. They don't they have some dogs over there too? They
do.
Yeah, so
they do. Kamari Lassiter was a standout cornerback last year as a rookie. And who else do they have? I'm sure they have somebody else, but it doesn't matter. We'll figure it out. Matter. Well, they have Nick Chubb. Nick Chubb and Kamari Lassiter. Those are the two dogs. Yeah.
All right. Then we got the Colts, man. We got Shane Steichen as the head coach. Jim Bob Cooter is the offensive coordinator. I got a feeling that he, with a name like Jim Bob Cooter, he has said the N-word with a hard R. Just throwing it out there. And then defensive, Lou Anarumo. If you want to pick we'll see what happens over there, but they could surprise some people. Steichen's 40 years old. All these young coaches, man. This is his second year head coach. He's compiled. Wait. No, this is his third year as head coach. His record 17-17, so he's 50%. His coaching lineage, he comes from the Eagles, as you know, famously he was the offensive coordinator for the Eagles. He was coaching for the Chargers as well. He coached quarterbacks, and the Chargers got a pretty good quarterback over there. He was offensive quality control coach for the Cleveland Browns in 2013. But Mike McCoy is the coaching tree. Mike McVay. Mike McCoy is the coaching tree that he says it comes from. Jim Bob Cooter, 41 years old. As of 2025, he was hired as an offensive coordinator in 2023. Last year was his second year. I have to talk like this the whole time.
I totally agree with this. Like with a name like that, you can't.
I can't do it any other way.
Every year when I vote in Georgia, there is at least one person
and Jim Bob
who has like a Jim Bob or a Bubba,
Billy Ray.
Billy Ray. Every year, you know.
We have Jean and May for the women.
I looked him up because I was
Bessie May, Emma Jean.
I wouldn't be surprised if this guy's from Georgia, but he's not. He's from Fayetteville, Tennessee.
Fayetteville, Tennessee, man. You know he like him a little bit of snuff, a little bit of snuffer now. This is his third year as offensive coordinator. Last year, the offense ranked 16th in the NFL with Anthony Richardson as quarterback. That says something. Averaging 22.2 points a game. They beat the Dolphins. His coaching background is he was offensive coordinator for the Lions in 16-18, passing game coordinator for the Jags in 22, and he's offensive assistant for the Colts in 9-11, Chiefs in 12, and Broncos in 13. His style, I think Steichen calls the plays, but Jim Bob commits to the running game, and he aims for versatility in the passing attack.
Steichen calls the plays, and Jim Bob cooks the barbecue.
I cook the barbecue in the background. I slow cook it. If you look at the offense as a brisket, then I sit there and I started at 4 a.m.
I mean, really. Are you even a little bit surprised that someone with a name like Jim Bob Cooter wouldn't be like a barbecue influencer?
You got to take your cooter sauce. You got to take your cooter sauce. You got to put it on there after it's done.
100% he would have cooter sauce.
The Colts were 8th in the NFL rushing yards per game. I didn't know they were that good in running. But he wants versatile passing attack. They want to utilize pass catching tight ends more frequently, is what they're saying, and so switching it up. And the quarterback situation is kind of fluid over there, man, with Anthony Richardson being benched, and we're gonna see what happens with our boy, man, with Danny.
Whoa, hold on a second. I was looking at Jim Bob Cooter.
Okay.
Because I was just thinking, like, I was curious, like, if they said anything about his family.
Okay.
Because I was like, imagine your daughter comes to you and says she's going to marry a guy named Cooter, and you're like, oh Jesus, like, so you're now going to be Cooter, like Saga Cooter.
Yeah.
Anyway, they don't say that, but it says here about his personal life. Jim Bob Cooter was arrested for driving under the influence in June 2006 and was suspended from the Tennessee Volunteers as a result. In 2009, he was charged with aggravated burglary after climbing into a window and getting into a woman's bed.
What? Oh, he was drunk. He was drunk.
The charges were later dropped.
He's like, with a name like mine, what did you expect? You thought I wasn't going to climb up in that window? I didn't touch her. I just went to sleep next to her. I just wanted to go sleep next to you. You don't want to cozy up somebody? You don't want to, is it a crime to cozy up next to somebody?
Yes, it is a crime, Jim Bob.
Yes, Jim Bob.
If you don't live in the house.
You got to let somebody know.
We thought it was common sense, but apparently not.
He runs a West Coast offense, quarterback friendly, efficient. He wants balanced attack. That's Jim Bob.
We know he can climb into windows, so he's
climb in the window is balanced attack. Either I'm on DUI or I'm on climb up in that window. Balanced attack.
Oh my God.
Defensive coordinator Lou Anarumo. If you've been listening to this podcast for a while, you know I really like this guy. 59 years old. He was a defensive coordinator. This is his first year. Defensive coordinator last year. He was with the Bengals. The Bengals had a drop-off. It was a Cliff Kingsbury-style drop-off with Anarumo having one of the top defenses, and then last year being 26 in the NFL in points allowed. But he was the Bengals defensive coordinator from 19 to 24. I think he was the reason they went to the Super Bowl. He had stints with a few teams. One of them is the New York Giants. Guess what the other one is? The fucking Miami Dolphins. There we go. He's known for versatile and unpredictable schemes, makes it difficult for opposing offenses. He emphasizes ball disruption. I like that. Effort and attitude. Situational masters.
Ball disruption.
Yeah, you got to disrupt the ball. I did ball. We both have done ball disruption, you and I, since we've both had vasectomies.
That's true. Mine was slightly more disrupting.
Yeah, yours was ball devastation.
Mine was famously disrupting.
His blitzes are just renowned. People know about his blitzes and his disguises, keeps quarterbacks off balance, and he's considered a mad scientist, the way that he runs his defense. So talk about an upgrade. He just had an off year, but it is considered complex and hard to grasp sometimes, and that's what happened with that young defense and a desperate coach in Zach Taylor, who's like, I got to come up with a reason. Let me fire this guy. So defensive style, I said that with the ball disruption. He in disguises, flexible, multiple. We can't say 4-3-3-4 anything. Vic Fangio is his mentor. So he goes with like that cover 3 style too.
I'm obviously listening to a lot of content leading up to the season. A lot of people are predicting that this might be the worst team in the league this year.
Colts?
Yep.
Damn. I don't know, man. I feel, yeah, you're right. That makes sense. Worst in the league. The worst team in the league is cemented. We know it's going to be the Saints.
Yeah, we certainly think so.
I don't think the Colts might be bad, and then Steichen might be out of there. I could see, Lou Anarumo being an interim head coach. They might have their future head coach on staff.
I mean, they were only one win away from making the playoffs last year, and they
why are people saying that? Is it because of the quarterback situation?
I think people are. Well, you got the quarterback situation. You got
desperation for hot takes.
Yeah, and
I don't see it.
I mean, the Anthony Richardson thing is obviously embarrassing for them, and it's not just that. It
wasn't even him though. It wasn't even Steichen, right?
I know, but it's what? How many years has it been since they've been using the Andrew Luck retirement as an excuse for why they haven't solved their quarterback problem? And I think people are just sick of it.
Yeah. Andrew Luck spoke about it. He said,
The one bright spot that I hear people talk about is the rookie tight end that they drafted, Tyler Warren.
Okay.
He's a big target. He had an amazing college career. Nearly broke the record for receptions, and he was also used as a running back. He threw. He's a former quarterback, so he threw somebody. He's just a really fascinating. Could be a really, really fun player to keep an eye on, and maybe he has. I think we're getting a little spoiled with the tight end position these last couple of years. You had Laporta a couple of years ago, and my guy Brock Bowers last year. So we'll see, but a team that doesn't have a very good wide receiver room, a quarterback like Daniel Jones who's going to want to dump the ball off as quickly as possible so he doesn't get himself killed.
Yeah.
I mean, it certainly sets up nicely for a rookie tight end like Tyler Warren to have a decent season. So we'll see.
His security blanket. All right. Then there's the Jacksonville Jaguars with Liam Cohen as head coach, Grant Udinski as offensive coordinator, and Anthony Campanile as the defensive coordinator. Liam Cohen, 40 years old, another young coach. All of these coaches are in their 40s so far. This is his first year as head coach. It's his first time as a head coach, so he doesn't have a winning percentage yet. He was offensive coordinator for the Rams in 2022 under Sean McVay. Haven't heard that name at all in this series. He also spent time as offensive coordinator at the University of Kentucky and as offensive coordinator for Tampa Bay Bucks. He gets a lot of credit for the Baker Mayfield resurgence last year. Mayfield asserting himself as the best player in the NFL. He's part of the McVay coaching tree. And then you got Cohen will call plays, but Grant Udinski is the offensive coordinator. An approach-style system with RPO elements. Imagine, are you gonna have a? I think that's a smart move with Trevor Lawrence. They never committed to him being a run threat. He is one. They never committed to that under any of his coaches. Poor guy, man. Is this third or fourth head coach for him? Because he had Urban Meyer. He's had Gus
Urban Meyer. No, he had Urban Meyer. He had Doug Peterson.
Gus Bradley, right?
There had to be one more, I think.
Who's before Urban Meyer? Because Urban Meyer was only 1 year.
Was that Gus Bradley?
It might have been Gus Bradley before that.
Maybe, yeah. I
forget. But there's a lot of damn coaches. And, so Trevor Lawrence, who was a generational prospect, it never really, but it's supposed to be an adaptable system. Get the ball out of the quarterback's hands quickly. Focus on matchups and create explosive plays. Udinski's philosophy is an extension of Cohen's. It's to be fundamentally sound on offense, control the line of scrimmage, and be efficient with the ball. Get the most out of Trevor Lawrence's talent. It's his first time as OC. He's worked with quarterbacks in Minnesota, and they think that's why it's going to help him guide Lawrence. But they consider him a young and rising offensive mind.
The GM is super young, too. Have you seen this guy?
No,
James Gladstone?
I've heard of James. Yeah, I didn't know he was young, though. I just heard the name.
He was born in the 90s. You should hear some of his press conferences. This guy's hilarious. Go up and look at the introductory press conference for Travis Hunter. He talks about Travis Hunter as if like the same way that JFK talked about going to the moon. Like I've heard people I've seen some really funny clips where people put like inspirational like movie music to it. It's like absolutely hilarious. He talks about Travis Hunter, being someone who could just change the whole DNA and concept of football as we know it. And like it was just like, whoa, like where is he going with this?
Moneyball
is a crazy speech, but very, very
I'm
funny.
gonna check it out. On defense, they got Anthony Campanile. He's wants to install an aggressive scheme. Last year, the Jags defense ranked 31st in total yards per game allowed.
That's bad, right?
28th in points allowed.
31st, that's bad. Because there's 32.
There's only 32.
Who was the worst? That was the Panthers.
It had to be. But they were 28th, or maybe Titans. No, Titans had okay defense.
I think the Panthers gave up the most points in NFL history last year.
Oh, shit. They were 28th in points allowed, and 25.6 points per game. And then if you wanted last out there, they said, we got you on that too. Last in takeaways. 9 takeaways the whole season.
Wow.
I almost had that many, man. I made a few orders on Fedora, so I had some takeaways. His philosophy is attack mentality, transform the performance. Defense is going to focus on improving discipline, obviously. And people seem to like him in camp, but don't they always say that stuff? Multiple front, surprisingly. 3-4, 4-3 mix. Keep the offense guessing. Play style supposed to be disruptive at the line of scrimmage. Create violent at the point of attack defense is what he says. I didn't mention that he was on the Dolphins staff in the past. I forgot to mention that to you.
I just assumed.
Yeah. Since he's a human being that's coaching. Yeah.
He's got that dolphin in him.
He's got as we do. That's our war cry. Yeah, so he was a linebacker coach for the Dolphins and the Green Bay Packers. And but he's earned a reputation for developing talent and bringing an aggressive mindset to the units. So this is his first time defensive coordinator. We'll see what happens, man. All first timers, man. Right? Wasn't the OC first time? We'll see, man.
This makes me a little nervous. You got first time talent on the coaching side. Mm-hmm. You've got this whole Travis Hunter playing on two sides of the ball situation.
Yeah.
Which nobody knows really. Nobody thinks that he's going to do equal time on both sides. And so the big question is, where's it going to be? Yeah. Where's the value? Brian Thomas Jr. was amazing last year. Yeah. So there's that, which is great. The thing with Trevor Lawrence, like I don't know if we need to call him a generational talent per se. No, but I do think that I think he would be so much better off if he just went to another team.
Agreed. He should have done a Micah Parsons thing where you're like, all right, trade me.
This organization proves year after year that they do not know how to run a football team.
Nah, that ain't it, y'all.
And every once in a while they get it right. Mm. To me, I think, the thing that both the AFC South and the NFC South, the two things that these divisions have in common is that you just have to figure out how to outrun your other three opponents. Yep. And unfortunately, that's just kind of how it is. I do think the Jags could win this division this year. I was
going to say that, man. If Liam Cohen turns out to be the real deal quarterback whisperer and unlocks like a really good offense there, and if that aggressive defense can really work out, maybe this could be it, man. They could take over the Texans, whose offense could let them down because they did get rid of their best offensive lineman and Laremy Tunsil up there or down there in Houston. And that offensive line is the one question mark on that team that could take him down and was also considered the reason that C.J. Stroud had a bad season. So we'll see because they got a new coordinator there, man. And if that doesn't work out, Jacksonville could take it over. They won with 10-7. In most divisions, you get more wins than 10 to win. So, yeah, if the Jags win 11 games, that could be enough to win a division. This is going to be a tough one, man. So I said it off mic before we started. Like, we might do our worst ever with our predictions Or, we could nail it because we have no fucking idea. Then we're on to the Titans, man. Speaking of no fucking idea, Brian Callahan is the Brian Callahan is the head coach there. And the offensive coordinator is Nick Holtz, and we have a black defensive coordinator, Denard Wilson.
Okay.
Yeah, man. They had a 3-14 record. It was worse than the NFL last year. Came in last in this division. Callahan's 41 years old. He was hired head coach last year, so it was his first year, and leading them to that 3-14 record. So this will be his second year. So his percentage, 17% win percentage.
Oof.
17.6, so 18 if you round up.
Yeah.
He was offensive coordinator for the Bengals. He's the son of NFL coach Bill Callahan, and he's considered part of the Zach Taylor coaching tree. So this is not bold. This is nepotism, and incompetence. What the fuck is
where is that tree located?
We're talking about the Givenger. This is a wishing tree, man. What the fuck?
Somebody forgot to water that tree.
That tree is a cactus. He's from the Zach Taylor coaching cactus. Offensive coordinator is Nick Holtz. He's 42 years old, and everybody's young. This whole division. How old was Callahan? He's 41. Holtz, 42. This is his second season as offensive coordinator. They were 27th in the NFL in points per game, 18.3 points. They also had a quarterback that didn't care about your future. Last year, Will Levis is out here throwing the ball like whatever. Now they have a real quarterback, so that might help. I said 27 points, and then they were 27th in points per game, 18.3. He was passing game coordinator for the Jags in 23, and offensive coordinator for UNLV, the terrifying UNLV Volunteers, right? What are they called? No, UNLV.
I think they're called the Running Rebels, aren't they?
Running Rebels, yeah, I know that's something. Yeah, Volunteers, Tennessee. He spent 10 seasons with the Oakland/Las Vegas Raiders in various offensive roles. So he's been in the coaching game for a while. His offensive style is supposed to be a big overhaul because they got Cam Ward. They actually have a quarterback now, so they're trying to use Cam Ward to have a more balanced offense. They're focusing on developing him, integrating a new scheme to get a higher scoring unit. It's not so hard to get a higher scoring unit, but it's expected to be West Coast offense, quick read, passing offense, high use of screens, stuff you can do when you have a quarterback that has a pro style. And he moved around in the college game before. He's a little bit older than the average rookie quarterback in Cam Ward. So we'll see, man. This is one that's going to be. It's kind of a lot of. I don't like when there's so much pressure on him for the quarterback to be a good performer for the off. You know what I mean? For the coordinator, when it's like, hey, I get it for putting your offense and adapting it to the player, but it seems like it's going to be a lot on Cam Ward.
I really like Cam Ward's.
Oh, of course I do.
I like his overall story.
Yeah.
He's exactly one of the reasons why he is an older rookie is because I don't remember where he started, but he was like a 0-star quarterback prospect who had to work his way up from nothing. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So he's used to proving it. And then watching the whole draft, never ever have we talked less in the NFL media landscape about a number 1 overall pick. Nobody talks about this guy because everybody was talking about Shador, who went in the 5th round, and Travis Hunter, who's going to play both sides of the ball. It's like, so nobody fucking talked about Cam Ward. So the idea that he could come in and the way that guy can throw, he can throw deep, obviously, but he throws fucking darts over the middle of the field. Yeah. My only concern is that the Titans just don't have the roster to facilitate Cam Ward's talent. Yeah. Right? Because now they got Calvin Ridley, They picked up Van Jefferson from Pittsburgh. They picked up Tyler Lockett from Seattle, which means nothing.
Yeah.
The only person I actually like in this room is their tight end Chig Okonkwo,
And I can't say that. So,
and their running back situation is tough too because they got Tony Pollard, and then their backup just had to go on IR. I forget who it was.
That's what I mean. So much pressure on Cam Ward.
But I think, we'll see. I mean, the bar is pretty low, so I think Cam Ward will clear it. I think he'll. To me, I predict he'll be this year's if only he was on a good team, or if he had good coaches, or he might be the next Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we'll see.
In that respect.
Then we got a defensive coordinator, Denard Wilson, 43 years old, another young coach. Second season as Titans defensive coordinator. Last year, they ranked 30th in points allowed per game. Wilson had stints with the St. Louis / Los Angeles Rams, defensive quality control, defensive backs coach. Then the Jets, he was defensive backs coach and passing game coordinator. You don't see that too often. They're like, oh, they let the black guy do that? And then the Eagles, they were like, back on defense, bro. Defensive backs coach and defensive defensive passing game coordinator, so never mind. I just saw it says passing game coordinator, but it must have been defensive passing game coordinator because defensive passing game coordinator for the Eagles makes sense. So probably just working with the secondary. And Baltimore Ravens, he was defensive backs coach. His philosophy is to attack, not defend. Imagine that. And build around the player's talents. He calls himself hell of a teacher. And the base defense, hell of a teacher, 30th in points per game. Base defensive scheme, typical modern 3-4. They use the 3-3-4-2 look as well with 5 defensive backs, 2 high safety. Makes sense with so many wide receivers and whatnot. It doesn't blitz a lot. It's not his thing. It's just defend, just attack without blitz. Beat your guy, get to the quarterback. It sounds like it's multiple. It sounds like I don't know, man. I don't know if I'm a believer. I didn't get the good vibes of this is gonna work out. But you can't do much worse than last year getting the first pick in the draft. So that's it. That's the coaches of the AFC South. I'm not that inspired leaving this division. Like these aren't world beaters and.
Well, the big problem for the Colts and the Titans is obviously, they're 2 of the few teams in the league that don't have a single bulldog. So that's
the best thing about this. The craziest thing, the odd fun fact about this division is that the 2 most experienced coaches in this division they're even. Actually, the 3 of them is their second year coaching, and 1 is a rookie coach. It's like all new coaches. They're all in their 40s. It's D'Amico Ryan. Yeah. D'Amico Ryan, Callahan, and Steichen are all, or Steichen on his 4th year. Maybe that's what it was. But they're all relatively, there's no, tenured coach that's like, been here doing it, got my system in place, like a Zach Taylor even. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Even though they got somebody from the Zach Taylor cactus. So
Zach Taylor cactus.
The shots I take at that guy, man.
And you got Jim Bob Cooter out here climbing in the window.
Climbing in, lay right next to her, and they make a big deal about it. I ain't do nothing. Smell my finger. There's nothing on there. I ain't even go that far. That's it, y'all. We'll be back soon, man. We'll be back soon. It's been fun, man. This was a fun episode to do, but it's getting time for some more football, man. Y'all stay tuned. We're gonna be dropping these episodes on you like bird shit. Okay, we're coming out of nowhere. You heard that horn? That means it's that time. Thank y'all so much, man. We'll be back soon. Stay tuned. I've been Jonathan Rollins.
Excuse me, Zara.
With SveNFL. Peace.
Later, y'all.